Yeah, that's right. That's right. You saw it. Well, mad props to Board Bob for bringing this mod to my attention. By the way, welcome back, guys. I'm Joe Mama. Welcome to Factorio 1.0.0. And we are back on it. I think we've gone through shapes. I just kind of wanted to push through the regular levels on shapes, and then I want to take on the free play at a slower level. But I've been doing things, and I just added a mod, which thank you, Board Bob, for bringing it to my attention. And this is the Atomic Artillery mod, and that is exactly what it sounds like. So let's do this again. We've got these special atomic artillery shells. Let's put one in there. Let's go to the map, and you can see we've got not too much yet within range, but I'm thinking we're going to clear this island off. Just one shot. Let's clear it off. Oh, beautiful sound, by the way. I love the sound of artillery in this game. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so this is a thing in this game, or at least there's a mod out there that allows for firing nuclear weapons from an artillery piece. Now, granted, it's not cheap. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, let's check this out. Let's get out of here. Let's get in our Spidertron. You know what? Actually, I'm going to recover this gun. Okay, let's get into our Spidertron, and let's check out where we're at. This is a massive nuclear plant that I've built, and I'm only using it at about not quite 2/3 capacity. We're at 60% capacity, and I think I've got the maximum number of steam turbines that can be used with this number of reactors. And let's see, if we click on something, anything, what have we got? We've got a 2.4 gigawatt capacity, and that is flipping awesome. So we are barely touching it, but I figured we'd get it set up. Let's E out of that. And I built it on this island, which again, I saw Board Bob do this on one of his games, and I really liked it. And with the Spidertron, we can truly make it an island. So see, there is no connection. So we can piss off the biters as much as we want from our little artillery piece or whatever. Make as much pollution here as we like. And the biters can't do boo about it. They can just sit over here and get mad, to be honest. I mean, I don't think they might attack the belts, which would be a problem, but more than likely they would be trying to get us, but they just can't. They can't path to us, so they won't even try. So, but yeah, how about it? This atomic artillery, so it opens up some possibilities for us. I think what I was thinking was we could actually set up station on this island now that we've cleared it, and or possibly we could set it up in a couple of different places and just use it to help clear problematic areas, and then go in with the Spidertrons and mop up, to be honest. So let's see if we can get this Spidertron out. Actually, you know what? No, there's something I wanted to do. I wanted to get here, and I actually wanted to set up a radar site. First of all, let's get this right here, and let's get this right there, and let's set up a radar right here. And I realize there's a radar site down here, but I want to pick it up. But yeah, didn't want you all to think that I'd forgotten about Factorio. No, we are not forgetting about this at all. This is something I've been working on off camera, eager to get back to it. And you know, Shapes has been fun. Loved going through the levels like that, but I really do love Factorio, and been waiting to get back on this game, figure out what to do. And then I was watching one of Board Bob's, one of his episodes, and he introduced the atomic artillery, and which is interesting. It sounds like the goofiest thing ever, but yet, if you know, back when I went to Aberdeen Proving Ground for AIT, we got a lesson from the curator of the museum there about Atomic Annie, and yeah, sure enough, it was a gun that the U.S. built. It was a big artillery gun, mobile, that that could actually fire nuclear weapons. Now, interesting thing about this is that any gun big enough to fire nuclear weapons, you have to believe that it was that the Soviet Union was going to keep track of it, and it was going to be no small gun. It has to be pretty good size. So any vehicle that would have to carry that gun would be massive, and we weren't going to make a gun like that in a fixed position. So yes, of course, it was on a vehicle, and as one British analyst put it, it was a bitch to move. It actually had two tractors, one on the front, one on the back, and it was just, and the thing was huge. This vehicle was just huge. It was a big gun. It was a, okay, is everything moving? Yes, there we go. And the Soviet Union, you know, it's like they, as it was told to us, they're not stupid. They knew where the gun was. They kept track of it, and there weren't too many made. In fact, I think it was just the one. So, and then with the advent of ballistic missiles and cruise missiles, it became really an impractical thing. But in this game, it's absolutely an awesome addition. So it's a mod. So it's not in the vanilla game, of course, but man, what a great mod. Let's see, can I go next to that? Let's see. But yep, there we go. Lasers took it out. Oh, yep, and that one was taken out too. Oh, what do we got here? I'm seeing something. A turret maybe? Or a worm? Yep, it was a turret. Little leftover ruins. Looks like there's still something there. No? No, I guess not. Alright. So yeah, interesting little factoid. Oh, what's that? What is that? Is that red science? That's red science. We'll just leave it. Yeah, see it right there? I think it's just red science. We'll leave it. We got more than enough red science. But we're going to go up here and see if we can set up the gun and clear out. I've taken some rounds with me, got some artillery rounds with me, some atomic artillery rounds, of course, and we'll see what we can do. The only problem is we don't want this thing to go shooting off automatically. That would be a problem. All right, so let's see if we can get if we can get Louis. This one's Louis, right? I think Louis was the red one. Yep, this is Louis. See if we can get him. He's carrying a lot of our ammunition. See if we can get him out onto this island as well. Okay, now this is actually a peninsula right here. Alright, so if we were to set up this gun... Alright, let's first of all, let's see if we can get Louis out here. Come on, can you get out here? Yeah, I know you can. I know you can. Alright, let's see if we can set up this gun. Okay, now, looking at the map, okay, that's everything that would be in the automatic gun range. We really don't want nukes in the automatic gun range. Not really. Although, here's what we can do. I actually have a couple of conventional artillery rounds. And let's see if we can... Let's see if this thing will do its thing. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, yeah. Boom. Man, I'll tell you what. If you've ever... Oh, my goodness. Oh, it took... Oh, holy crap. No way. Did it nuke that? No. No, but it took out... It took out something there. Was that conventional artillery that took that out? Okay, now I'm curious. If you've ever seen artillery fire, these devs are awesome. The sound effects. If you've ever been in combat and you know, been in a defensive position and had artillery nearby firing at the enemy, and you're never exactly near the guns. It just doesn't happen. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, where's it going? Oh my gosh. Wow. Ho 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 ho. Oh, Nelly. Well, it dang sure leveled that place, didn't it? Damn. Okay. Yeah, if you've ever been near artillery... Oh, look, there's a safe range. I'd never noticed that. There's a safe range. Okay. Artillery's engaging the enemy, and you're never, unless you're the one firing the gun, you are never right near it. You are always some distance away. You're not part of the gun crew. You're not firing the gun. You're not close by, so you hear it from a distance. And, oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, maybe we just feed a couple more in here and see what they do. So, even when it fires, outgoing, oh, that is gorgeous. Got another one? Yes. Oh my goodness, yes, yes. Oh, beautiful. I brought more. It still sounds a little bit muffled. Like whoosh. It's not like this, you know, a huge explosion happens right next to you. But it's still a little bit muffled, even if it's not being shot at you. So the way this game does it is really cool. It's really accurate too. Okay, got more? Oh my, what have we got? Uh-oh. Whoa, well, so much for... Wow, okay. So much for getting those ruins. What's right here? Oh, that's interesting, okay. Well, good thing I didn't want those ruins. Let's see what else it'll do. Matter of fact, might as well just load a whole bunch of stuff into it. Yeah, but even outgoing, we used to say it. You call it outgoing artillery. It sounds very kind of distant and muffled in a way, but still loud. Boosh. But it still kind of has that same sound, and they absolutely nailed it. That's all I'll say about that. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. And just like that, everything that can be automatically shot has been shot. So now it's time to engage via manual control. Alright, let's any other artillery rounds we can get. I brought some here. And let's put them in the gun. Oh, yes. I don't know if that's all of them. I guess 15 is the maximum. Okay. So let's walk these things. Is that going to do it? Is that doing it? Nope, 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 nope. Because... Okay, that one's going to. Yeah. Yeah, they nailed that sound perfect. Oh man, that shockwave just destroys everything. And then, you know, with the enhanced graphics for the the enhanced nuclear explosion graphics, it's only made it absolutely better. I mean, it's vastly improved. What was that? What's still there? Huh. Okay. I don't know why it's still showing like something is still there. Okay, right here maybe? Oh my gosh, this game just got way more fun. If that's even possible. By the way, this is pointed out to me by a couple people, up to and including, not including Board Bob, or I should say not limited to Board Bob, it includes but not limited to him, pointed out to me that I was wrong about thinking that when I was controlling two guns that I didn't actually have control of both of them. It was just that I was only clicking it once. I was thinking by clicking it once, more guns would engage it. But in fact, more guns would engage the target. But in fact, what I needed to do was click it a couple of times in a couple of places, and with two guns... Oh yeah, all the roly-polies dead on that one. There, let's see if we can get that guy. But it turned out that all I needed to do was continue to click. Oh, did we get him? Oh, no, there's one green roly-poly. All we needed to do was continue to click on it, and the other gun would have engaged. It just, like, give it 2 firing points, not just try to get 2 guns to fire on the same point, which, in retrospect, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know why I thought that was going to be the case, but anyway, so it turns out I was just doing it wrong. Imagine that. Okay, so let's fully load that sucker. And I'm trying to think, boy, if there was a way we could actually set up, if we wanted to run some power lines, we could set up the gun in such a way where we could take out a bunch of places. We could totally take out a bunch of targets. Actually, we'll probably be able to do a lot from here, come to think of it. What I'm trying to do is just basically clear this off, and I want to basically isolate it with walls and gun turrets. Oh, that's gorgeous. And and this is proving to be a very good way to do it. And then we just have to come through with the Spidertrons and maybe mop up a little bit. I mean, there's a few stragglers. Man, this is just awesome. This is there's a reason this is a late game thing, because this is just way too powerful. Speaking of which, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the Spidertrons get nerfed in the future. I know Board Bob mentioned them being overpowered. I completely agree. They are quite overpowered. I mean, I'm okay with that late in the game, honestly. It's like it's a reward for a game well played, but um, but the devs have never been particularly keen on letting things like that fly for very long. I mean, they're smart, but I don't see that one flying for very long, so don't be shocked if the Spidertron becomes not so powerful, or here's a possibility, maybe the Spidertron doesn't change, but rather they add a late game enemy, which would also be, I would be open to that. Like you have a chance to comp stomp for a while. You know, you have a chance to comp stomp some guys for a while, but then, you know, way late in the game, all of a sudden the fifth, you know, evolution of the biter, you know, arises, and you know, all of a sudden the game becomes way more difficult. I could totally see that happening. That would not be shocking at all. Okay, let's see. We've actually done a pretty good job of clearing this out. Oh man, as much as let's drop this over here and see what happens. I'm kind of interested to see what that ruin is. See the shell fly past it and see if it illuminates it. Okay, it's a chem plant. Okay, well, I don't need the chem plant. It's kind of neat that that's an included ruin now, but really not a huge deal anymore. It just never gets old. It just never, ever, ever gets old. So that is quite awesome. Now we can't really see what's going on up there. Don't really know. But here's what we're going to do. Let's see, how much space do I have? How much ammunition do we have in the gun? 9 rounds. Okay, let's put him in our spider buddy here. Let's recover the gun. Yeah. Let's grab the red joystick here, the red controller. Wow, that just looks so creepy. Okay, let's get off this isthmus here, or this peninsula. This is not an isthmus, it's a peninsula. And we are going to do the gun bunny thing. One thing about artillery, yeah, you just can't touch it. I mean, it is an awesome, awesome weapon in real life and in this game. But one of the ways to make it most effective, and Americans have become experts at it. I will, you know, for all our faults, there's one thing we know. That's how to employ artillery. We always have. And let's see. Let's see if we can get these guys down here. But introduce a concept called the gun bunny. And that is, what that means is that artillery units are, the way artillery units work is that they take up a position, they quickly set up their guns, and fire on the enemy. And then before the enemy can fire back, when they realize where the rounds are coming from, they've already broken down the gun and moved it somewhere else, basically hopping from place to place, taking their shots, and then moving again, much like a rabbit, like a bunny. So they call them gun bunnies. It's like, boom, shoot, move, and communicate. That's where that came from. You shoot, you move, and you let your command give you information on where the enemy is and where you need to shoot. Okay, so we are going to go. Did we clear this? I'm going to say, didn't rounds hit this area right here, or am I wrong? And we're about to take out the turrets. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and take these guys out. Now, let's see, is there any place? I'm thinking right here. I'm thinking we move the gun right here. So let's take, let's move our guy right there. Come on, move right there. There you go, move. And then let's get Louis up here. Louis's got the bulk of our ammunition, so we want him around too. Okay, now I think we can get onto this island right here and set up our gun. How much ammunition do we have? All right, let's get Louis down here. Now, because they're pathing, because the biter pathing can't resolve where we're at, they're not even going to come looking for us. Technically, we're within range of the shore, but they're not going to come looking for us. So there is that. So let's go ahead and load these guns in place. My goodness. And you know what's cool about these things? Is it's actually spacing the targets out. Oh my gosh. Bam! Oh, yes. Oh, that's gorgeous. Is it out of ammo now? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's nice. How about our blue guy? Has he got any rounds left? He's got one. This guy's got a few left. And let's go ahead and load them into the gun. Oh yeah, he's still got things to shoot at. Yeah, buddy. Well, I gotta tell you, I could have done that any better on manual. Let's fire one there. Fire one there. Fire one there. Just wipe out this whole base. It's just crazy how long it takes that round to get here. Let's get that there. And notice, nothing's come after us. We're safe. Okay, so let's see if we can take some shots. How much? Let's see. How much more do we have? We've got 6 rounds. Is that all we have left? It's just the 6? Yeah, we got 6 rounds left. Oh, man. Ammunition flies when you're having fun. Okay, well, let's see what we can do with 6 rounds. I love the fact that it shows the ejected round. Okay, looks like we can take this one out with 3. Okay, so that's 3 right there. We're not going to worry about the actual biters. Okay, there go our 3 rounds. Oh, man. Can we just stop and appreciate how awesome, totally awesome that is? Beautiful. Okay, so I guess now's a good time as any to point out that these, is that fading? No, that's not fading, I don't think. Now's as good a time to any now is as good a time as any. There I said it. I can say words. To point out that these artillery rounds are not cheap. Let's see. They're being made right here. They require uranium explosive rounds, which in turn require actual explosive tank rounds. And then they require nuclear weapons. They require rocket control units. They require radar. There's just a lot of stuff that goes into them. Oh, there's 48 there and 48 there. Yeah, we're already built up to 96, so we've got a full complement. Considering how much we just took, that's pretty amazing. How much we fired. That's pretty amazing that it built up that quick. So, if we go back here, it is completely out of ammunition, and we are out of nuclear ammo. And, let's see, I've got walls and turrets and everything in these guys. Let's see, I've still got a lot of the components left over from when we were building the nuclear plant. Okay, let's get him out of here. And let's go for a walk. Where he's going to walk with us. But yeah, basically what we're doing is we're just clearing land in the hope of being able to run trains to a newly conquered territory, and being able to do so without getting the biters' attention. But we're going to also be setting up walls and gun turrets and basically the defensive measures that really we've been lucky to not need up until this point. So we need to set all that up. We've got this, like, take for example this copper field right here, right down here. I mean, nice rich field. We could really use that, but as soon as we start mining it, we get the biters pissed off if they're too close. So we need to keep them at bay. I'd really like to clear all this out. I'd like to build a wall across here. I'd like to build a wall across here. And man, look at all the scars on the landscape from all the nuclear weapons we've used. Man, like right here, used a few there, used a couple there. But what we've done with this one artillery gun is just freaking phenomenal. Oh yeah, we've shot up 42 satellites, by the way, which is, of course, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Oh yeah, and can I just say that we have hit and surpassed 150 subscribers. So mad props to all of you guys for that, anyone who's contributed to that, especially those who've been with us from the beginning, but everybody, thank you so much. Granted, I don't expect well, I think a lot of the folks who've been subscribing lately have been doing so because of shapes, and I am going to keep going on that. Now that free play's been unlocked, maybe not quite as fast as I was, but we're going to keep going. we're going to explore the wires update. We're going to see what new capabilities were given, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I think a lot of folks came to this channel for that content, and I hope this doesn't prove to be a disappointment. I mean, hey, if it's any, how can Factorio ever be a disappointment, right? It should be noted too that somewhere in the shapes, like the intro or one of the transition screens, they make note of the fact that Factorio is the developer's favorite game. So, something to keep in mind. Okay, let's grab some of these. And let's stow them. We're just taking all of them that we can carry. Because there really is no better way to deliver nuclear weapons. I mean, holy cow. The range that you have is quite literally out of this world. I mean, and then, you know, to try to get up close with the rocket is just a pain, and, you know, so it's awesome to be able to do this. So really, the next question is, well, where's the next location? I mean, same place? Or, I mean, we got to take this out at some point. We could position ourselves down here and engage these guys, or come down in here, get on one of these islands and engage these guys. Could do that, you know? The world is our oyster. But anyway, I know this is a little bit of a short episode, but I wanted to introduce you to that mod, and thank you, Board Bob, for bringing that up. And yeah, take a look at that. That is the biggest nuclear plant that I've ever built. Very cool. Looks pretty awesome on the map. That was a lot of landfill, let me tell you. I'm trying to think of anything else that we can talk about that was added, and there really isn't a ton. We've not been doing a lot of science. We've been letting the rockets do their thing, but the science has just been building up. See, where's the launch pad? Right there. Yeah, science has just been building up. I mean, look at that. We've got 32,000 science stored away right now, space science. So, yeah, we've got a ton. But yeah, so we're getting there. Really wanting to develop this area here and make more massive stuff, but we have to save ourselves from the biters, and I think the wall here would be a good way to do it. This it just seems like a long way to build a wall, so maybe we just maybe we set up turrets. Maybe we set up artillery turrets and just constantly feed them ammunition, and throughout the game just keep the biters at bay. You know, who knows? Don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for now. I hope you found this entertaining. Maybe not particularly educational, but I mean, come on. Artillery, or atomic artillery? Are you kidding? That's freaking awesome. But anyway, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe button if you find this interesting. And if you've got things to add, ideas, be sure to add them. I listen, I read, I respond. So anyway, I will see you in the next one. Ciao.